Hello everyone, it's me again. So before anything else, I would like to thank every one of you who greeted me. Really appreciate that, although I cannot reply to a lot of you during the past few days. It's just, has something to do with being my birthday, and so kind of busy. But now it's over. I'll probably be back to my regular thing, so expect more of the same for the next few weeks, or maybe better. Let's see. But yeah, really appreciate the greetings. Also, some shout outs. Shout out, first of all, to someone who messaged me in game, Ramen. And also, I would like to thank everybody who joined the stream the last time. Everybody who asked their questions or just there to show some love, show some support. Thank you very much. And also, I would like to shout out those people who were very helpful in the YouTube chat during the stream. So in particular, Zongtui, Renrox, also Timothy Clark and Monkey Dre, who by the way had, like, all of them had really good advice to people who were asking questions in the chat, because really sorry I was not able to keep up with all the tabs. So we have the Discord chat, we have the in-game where I like show people the positionings, and also the YouTube chat. So I was not able to keep up with the questions from the YouTube chat, but those people were really helpful. And by the way, they really had good advice as well. So like, these guys are also knowledgeable when it comes to Familiar Arena. So they kind of know their stuff. So yeah, shout out to you guys again, Zongtui, Renrox, Timothy Clark, and Monkey Dre. Thank you very much. Alright, now we go to the video that a lot of you have been waiting for, just because I teased it a little bit and then I didn't come through on Monday. So we're going to do it in this video. We're talking about this cute little creature over here, Bunnybot. So my goal today is for you to know how to use Bunnybot effectively, when and when not to use a Bunnybot, and also choosing your opponent if you have a Bunnybot in your team. But anyway, this is the skill. Creates a shield for an ally familiar in range for 5.5 seconds. Right, and then it can defend against damage 5 times. So this is an unusual shield where it defends 5 hits rather than having an HP, right? So this could be a good thing or a bad thing, but more on that later. Increases all elemental status effect resist rate by 27.5 while the shield is active. So one thing about this shield is that it will only protect you from damage. It won't protect you from the CC. So like, for example, you get hit by a Mite or a Staghorn, you will still get sucked in, but there won't be any damage. However, there will be a certain amount of resist rate from elemental status effect. What are those status effects? It will be something like a burn. So that is the skill of Bunnybot in a nutshell. Now, let me tell you this right off the bat. It will be very complicated to use a Bunnybot, because there are a lot of factors to consider in order to really make him work. Alright, now we're gonna look at some videos. First thing that you need to know about Bunnybot that makes him really complicated to use is his very long casting time or animation. Now, if you've been following this channel for quite some time now, you know that that is a bad thing. So it is a window for your skill to be cancelled by a lot of CC familiars. So this is Ray Poggy. He has a Bunnybot, and this is the series account, who by the way has already been sold. I just can't keep up with all these accounts anymore. But he has a Mite, which will cancel a Bunnybot, right? So spoiler alert. Anyway, so let's just play the video and keep your eye on Mite and also Bunnybot. Right, here we go. Now, as you can see, Bunnybot will twirl around, but yet he got cancelled by the Mite skill. Let me go back there, right? Because this is very important. So, as you can see, if we go back to here, so this is like, there's a little bit dark part, so that's like the skill cooldown. Mite is still at half. Bunnybot is almost at 3/4. So, meaning Bunnybot will end the cooldown sooner than Mite. And then as you can see here, Bunnybot already finished the cooldown. Mite still is in cooldown. When we play this, by the way, you saw that when Bunnybot casts his skill, he will twirl around, but it will take some time before he actually twirls around. I don't know why. There's a little bit of delay there, but this is what happened, right? So see that a little bit like half a second, he like just watched and then he started twirling around, and then the twirl itself takes a long time. As you can see, he's already twirling around. Mite has still a little bit of cooldown left, right? And yet, Mite will be able to cast his skill to cancel Bunnybot. Right there. See? And killed Bunnybot in the process. So, like, this Mite is not that strong, but I guess this Bunnybot is at A0 with no jellies, so maybe it was easy to kill. But the point is, even though Bunnybot has a very fast skill cooldown, the animation of his skill takes a long time, thus he is cancelled by a Mite, right? And we're talking about a Mite here. We all know that Ebon, which is used by a lot of teams in the familiar arena, Ebon can cancel a Mite. And since Bunnybot has a big window to be cancelled, he will also be cancelled by an Ebon. So that means, even though you're thinking, Bunnybot could be valuable, you still have to think about the part where he is cancelled easily, and so in that way you have to protect him. Now in this video we have the Lolly account going against a Pichu that has a Bunnybot. However, he does have an Ebon Thorax in front of him. Okay, so meaning Ebon Thorax will at least cancel the Mite, which is the only CC in this particular team, right? And that will give room for Bunnybot to cast his skill. Here we go. Let's watch this one. So, and he also has an Oroboros, by the way, so double protection for Bunnybot, basically. So he was able to cast the skill, and Mite still has the shield. So it does take a while for the shield to come off. Toko did get some shield, but since it's only 5 seconds and he wasn't hit, it naturally just ended, right? So yeah, this will end up as a win for Pichu. So the thing that I want to point out here is that even though Bunnybot is a support type, his skill basically helps other familiars, you still need to help him out in order for him to cast his skill, just because he has a very big window to be cancelled, right? And he's also a melee type. It would be nice if he was a range type, at least he's safe in some way, but he's a melee type. So basically we need a support for our support type. That's essentially like hiring a bodyguard for your bodyguard. So in essence, you will need 2 roster spots instead of 1 to use a Bunnybot. So you need a Bunnybot and then like a Ebon Thorax in order to make sure that Bunnybot gets to use his skill instead of just using a Bunnybot if he was a range type, like for example, and then having other DPS in the lineup. That would have been more ideal. Plus, with Bunnybot having a very long cooldown, like after he uses the skill, he will need like 40 seconds if he's not awakened. Now, if you're stubborn and you want to use Bunnybot without the insurance of an Ebon Thorax, for example, it can still work, right? Depending on your opponent. But as you know, on defense, you really don't have a choice there. So, meaning your team won't be very consistent. But it can work. Let me show you an example of that. So here we have the Lolly account facing Kylie Dinata, right? Her Bunnybot is facing Mite directly, so this is not very ideal. However, if we watch this one, Mite will actually bypass Bunnybot, right? So now Bunnybot is free to do whatever he wants without being cancelled. Mite is facing the other way, so as you know, Mite will only hit whoever is in front of him, right? Since Bunnybot is at the back of Mite, he will be able to cast the skill and was actually helpful in this battle. So if we play the video, you'll see that Bunnybot will be able to use his skill and thus protecting Arachnes and Sorbor from Mite's skill. And this is where he had the advantage, or she had the advantage, because his Mite was able to kill my Toko. Even though I will have the numbers towards the end, his Toko and Sorbor is too much for a team without a healer, right? So this will end up as a loss for me, the Lolly account. But that is just to show you that if you use a Bunnybot without a supporter, you can it could still work, but you know, it would be like 25% of the time. That one was kind of like an anomaly. They were like, Mite was I can show you again. Mite was directly facing bunny bot, but for some reason he just ignored him. So this is these are the few instances where having a bunny bot without an insurance could actually work. So again, if you are stubborn, maybe you can use him, but I can guarantee you that you will not win consistently, especially on defense. And by the way, just to point out, the videos that I'm showing you are from the series and lolly account, which is like from the 20% to 30% range, and that just shows you how other people are viewing Bunnybot. So you don't see a lot of Bunnybot in the top 100, and that is for this exact reason. All right, next I want to talk about what team would benefit from a Bunnybot given that he can cast his skill. All right. Granted that his skill only lasts for 5 seconds, you want to be able to use his skill before it disappears, right? So, in theory, you want a lot of melee types in your team, right? Or if you are rocking a lot of melee types in your team, then that team would benefit a lot if you put in a Bunnybot. Again, given that you have an insurance and Bunnybot can cast his skill, right? So, since Toko is always being used, you can definitely put him in. And then what I could like suggest if you are looking to build on a lineup with a Bunnybot, so you put in Bunnybot, I put in a Torex, right? Usually maybe I'll put him in front, right? And then you could probably like just like the team earlier. I'll show it to you again, but like you can put in like Oroboros and Mite. Like this would be very very good. So a lot of CC, very good damage as well since Mite and Oroboros can do that. Torex just for safety, and then technically Toko healing from the back. So since you have 4 melee types, whenever Toko heals, he heals 4 at a time. So that is very very efficient. And then with Bunnybot skill, you are really protecting yourself from a lot of the nukes, which could be very terrifying since if you have 4 melee types, you're basically opening yourself to like group damage from a like say for example a hippocampus. All right, another variation, and I think this is really why you would want a Bunnybot in your team, is if you have a Tarracona in your team as well, because like you want to support him as much as possible. Like you want him to do as much damage or and stay as long as possible in the field so that he can do a lot of damage and reduce the other team to smithereens, right? So again, I don't have a Tarracona, so you can we use Firelings again. So this is exactly why you want a Firelings in your team as a proxy for a Tarracona. I'm just kidding, but yeah. So you can do this, and this is basically the team that would benefit the most with a Bunnybot skill. And then just to look back on how effective a 4 melee type with a Bunnybot team is, I'll show you again. So this team has exactly what we were talking about: Ebon, Mite, Oroboros, Bunnybot, and of course Toko. Granted, the team that he's going up against, the Lolly account, is not really that strong. We are experimenting here on Wambat and Penguicorn, so it's not your typical type of lineup that you will see in the familiar arena. But regardless, just to show you that in theory, this is how a team would benefit from a Bunnybot if you have 4 melee types together, with a Bunnybot. All right, so there we go, and then Toko will heal all of them at once. So this is very good. Yeah. This is all right. Although Mite is not getting hit because Bunnybot has the lowest HP. If Bunnybot was in the middle, then all of them will be healed, right? But yeah, this is the ideal lineup. You have 4 melee types together with Bunnybot and a Toko. You want to make it more ideal. If you have a Tarracona, that would benefit a lot with a Bunnybot. Now, just to point out, and this is another reason why I said it is complicated to use a Bunnybot. If we look back, technically, this team didn't really need a Bunnybot. Like, if you switched out Bunnybot in this team, it would have still been a win, right? uh, like yeah, all right. The it was able to protect Mite and Ebon for a few hits, I guess, but that's it, right? If we had like Flutterby, it would have had the same result because the shield, uh, it has HP, but uh, if we're only talking about normal damage here, then you're basically not maximizing Bunnybot's skill. So that's the thing. There's another caveat to using a Bunnybot. So you want to use Bunnybot if you are going against a team with a lot of nukers. So let's say the team that I showed you on Monday, the one with Staghorn, Hippocampus, and Dinosaurus combo. So I think that's about 6 hits or 5 hits, depending on how many times the Hippocampus skill hits, right? But if it's 5, then it's perfect. You basically were able to counter 3 OP skill with just a bunny bot. So if you're going against that, there you will be able to see the value of a bunny bot in the team. If you are thinking of getting a bunny bot in the like rare 4-star selection chest, I would like to tell you that he is not a standalone familiar, and in order for him to be effective, there are a lot of conditions you have to check, right? I mean, he could be good again, but how do I explain this? So with Bunnybot, there's a certain condition for the other team and your team in order for Bunnybot to be really, really effective. The condition on your side, you have to have an insurance, you have to have a lot of melee types, and then he cannot be cancelled. On the other team, there has to be a lot of nukes that Bunnybot will be able to defend against, and thus wasting the opponent's skill. So if you have met all of those conditions in one battle, then you will see that Bunnybot is OP, right? But if not, sometimes he could still help. But in theory, you could replace him with a different familiar, and you will still win the game, as just like if you have Bunnybot on the team. All right, so that's why I said Bunnybot is really complicated to use, and he's not a standalone. And another thing that I can tell you, with the current meta where there's a lot of Toko, a lot of Sorbor, basically two familiars that does not have any nukes, currently it isn't as effective. However, in the future, I think we will see a lot of and I've said this before, you will see a lot of Hippocampus, Staghorn, Arachnis combo, which is very deadly. Bunnybot would be really, really valuable. Then again, if you have a Ebontorex to cancel out a Staghorn, will that work as well? Right, so that's what I'm talking about. All right, now to sum up everything that I just said, and I'm sorry, I'm really wordy. It's just really hard to explain. It's really complicated. But yeah, so first of all, Bunnybot is really easy to cancel. So you would need some insurance in order for him to cast the skill. Next, you will need a team that would benefit a lot from his skill. I am talking about a team with a lot of melee types. It doesn't really have to be a 4 melee type, but just saying a melee type would really benefit from a Bunnybot. Next, you would really see the benefit of using a Bunnybot if the shield is canceling out the other opponent's nukes. So if you're only going against normal hits, like for example from a Sorbor, then the shield is not that effective. So in theory, a shield with HP would be much more valuable. Alright, so that's Bunnybot in a nutshell. Alright, next I want to talk about Mite and Oroboros because it seems like they have been buffed secretly. I don't know, because I've never seen them do these things before, and I'm going to show you a lot of videos because I see a lot of them, and so it's easy to acquire videos, unlike with Bunnybot, right? And I am going to make this very quick because I really took a long time with that Bunnybot, but here we go. Mite and Oroboros. And by the way, the reason why I'm doing this is because in the last stream, someone sacrificed their Oroboros. They enhanced absorb their A6 Oroboros to their Sorbor, right? And so in order to save a lot of you from doing that kind of thing, I am doing this right away. So I see a lot of Mite and Oroboros like in the chat. There are people who was asking, should I enhance absorb my Mite? Should I enhance absorb Oroboros? I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, it might change your mind. Let's go. Alright, first I'll show you Mite. In the past, this is my personal experience, when Mite uses his skill, it only hits like about right here. So the one that's directly in front of him will be hit by his skill. Now, this is what happens. So this is Mite, and look at Toko here and look at Sorbor. They will be hit by Mite's skill, right? So as you can see right there, right? So just to show you, so Toko and Sorbor was knocked down. So because that's skills, that is Mite's skill basically. So he knocks down opponents for 2 seconds, I think. Right. So as you can see, Toko and Sorbor, even though they are far away, they are range types, they were hit by Mite's skill. All right, I showed this one to you earlier, but this time around, let's focus our eyes on Mite. Right. So this is the Mite from the opposing team. Like I am on defense here. So Mite, look here. Would hit even though they're far away, Penguicorn and Wombat, right? So as I play the video, so the skill would come about right now, and see that? So Wombat and Penguicorn was knocked down by Mite's skill, right? So there we go. So as you can see, Suryu was not hit, so the range was extended, but it was not wide enough where it would hit a Suryu. And thank God it wasn't that case, because that would be super OP, right? But just to show you how much improved Mite is as of the moment. But now, speaking of long and wide, let's talk about Oroboros. So this video actually showed it to the people on the stream, so it was kind of like a added benefit. They get a teaser somewhat, but please look at Oroboros here. So we talked about Mite having extended range, but it was not wide enough in order to hit like a Suryu on the side. But with this one, Oroboros, check this out. So what was gonna happen here is Torix will push Bird away, and then Oroboros, as you can see, he is charging his skill. Now, guess who will be hit? Look at the HP, right? So we have Bird, Toko, Hippocampus, and Shrimpaler. All of them are in the vicinity, except for Ebon. Alright, so look at that. All of them are basically damaged. Not a lot of damage for Shrimpaler, because element-wise, he has the advantage against Oroboros, but look at that, right? He is like, since Oroboros is facing this way, this one is far away from his range. So it means that Oroboros' skill is actually like far and wide. So he was able to hit Shrimpaler, even though in theory, he should have been in his blind side. And so please do not enhance absorb your Oroboros if you have him, especially if you have him at high awakening. Now this video I showed it to you earlier, but we were focused on Bunnybot. Now please focus your eyes on Oroboros. As you can see, Oroboros has 5 seconds left in the cooldown, and he is currently hitting Wombat. We have Toko and Suryu on the side. Now in theory it shouldn't hit, because like in order to hit these two, if you are Oroboros, your skill should have a very wide like hitbox, right? There we go. And now he's charging, spinning. Wombat is still alive, and then bam, right? See that? Toko knocked down, Wombat dead, and then who is this? Suryu also knocked down. Mite still hasn't used his skill, so it's not Mite. Bunnybot definitely does not have any CC, so it could only be Oroboros. And so this is not how effective Oroboros was in the past. This is not how I remember him doing his skill. Now it's just ridiculous how wide his skill is, and also how long the range is. So really, Oroboros was like, right, like before I really was more into Oroboros than Mite, just because, you know, Oroboros will hit 1 or 2 instead of Mite, who will only hit 1. But now they're both buffed, and I guess it was buffed from where the starting point was. And since Oroboros was better to begin with, he was just way better right now. Just, I mean, I've showed you. So with Mite, the range is longer, but it's not wide enough to hit like for example in the last video, to hit a Suryu. But as I've showed you with Oroboros, his skill was also extended and has a wider hitbox, right? So this really makes Oroboros, like if Mite became really good, Oroboros just became OP, right? So if you are thinking of enhance absorbing your Oroboros, don't, like, until further notice, because I'm sure like later on there will be nerfs for Ouroboros and Might again, so they will be back to their normal effectiveness. And this is also the reason why you really have to check back and watch videos and really test things out, because with Netmarble you don't really know what's gonna happen next. And like you can check the dev notes, they never said anything about this one, like Might or Ouroboros being like the range being extended and all that. Another thing, maybe because they were awakened, the range of the skill was extended. Maybe that, but I don't know. But just saying, this is not how I remember Ouroboros and Might were doing in the past, right? So if you have a different experience, well, let me know. But I've used them in the past. It's not the same. It's way different. So if you have them, please don't sacrifice them yet. They could have a place in your team as currently constructed. Alright, and that's it for this video. I hope that helped. I hope I saved a couple of Ouroboroses or Might that was about to be enhanced absorbed, right? And also, if you were thinking of getting a bunny bot, I hope this helped you make that decision, really. Right, and yeah, so thank you very much for watching. For those who made it till the end, you guys are legends, and more power to you guys. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.